Alysa and Sam, where we talk about all things life and relationships and tie it back to faith. I'm Alysa.
And I'm Sam.
And today we are excited to talk about all that God can do for you. Are you making God small? Let's get into it. Hey, potters. Hey, trees. How are we doing today?
Another day in paradise. How are you doing, Alyssa?
I'm good. Had a long weekend, but we back. We're here on the pod, ready for a good day. Today that we were recording was a holiday, so both of us had a pretty chill day, which was nice for a change. How are you, Sam?
Doing well. Not putting the labor in Labor Day today by taking a nice rest. So, can't complain about that. Bible study later. Today is a good day.
Your voice is kind of raspy.
And now we're on the pod.
Yeah, we are recording the pod with a little more rest than normal, so buckle up for a great episode because we're not...
Buckle up, we have energy, and Alyssa had coffee.
I did have coffee, but it's worn off by now, and we're not completely delusional like we normally are, so that's a win, honestly, for today. I do want to share my success of the week, though, is that my first and only collegiate win as a coach was against a Big Ten school, so I've been riding that wave. I've been really hyped about that. No one seems to be as hyped about that as I am, but that's okay. I'm just really freaking hype about that.
I am just as hype. Coach Alyssa got her first win. It was
against a Big Ten school. Against a Big Ten school. Yep. So anyways, I'm just bragging about my team because my team is awesome. And I love my team because my team is awesome. So, and we beat a Big Ten school. And that's the whole pod for today. Just announcing that we beat a Big Ten school.
Today's episode is announcing Alyssa's first win as coach.
Yes. Did I also get 2 losses? Yes. But
those don't count.
most recently was the win. So we're on that dub, on that, riding that wave. We're good. So today we kind of wanted to talk about, did you have anything else you wanted to share, Sam?
No, my life has been going just peachy. We can get moving into the pod.
No bachelor parties to talk about today.
No bachelor party this last weekend, but the wedding in 2 weekends.
So not our wedding, to clarify.
Yes, not our wedding.
Sam is in a wedding. It's not our wedding. Anyway, and I'll be in Texas. So you'll be lonely at that wedding. But okay, now we're actually going to get into the pod. Like I said, we have energy today, so you never know how these things are going to go. So today we wanted to talk about doubting God and questioning, are you making God small? Are you fully confident in all that God can do in your life? And it'll probably be a shorter episode. We're just going to kind of talk about like 3 brief stories in the Bible and like a little chitter chatter on this topic. So I guess we'll kick it off. How are you making God small? Why are you looking at me like that?
Well, how are you?
How am I?
Yeah, how are you specifically in your life making God small? I know in a lot of areas of my life, I'll look at things like, I'm a planner, so I look at a lot of things that I'm planning, like finances, like my career, and much like everyone else, I like to think I have a lot of control over some circumstances and that my actions dictate a lot of it. And sometimes I get ahead of myself and I forget, no, it's not up to me. And that's not saying that I'm not meant to be trying and not meant to be working on these things. But in these brief moments, you might minimize God's impact on it and fail to realize that He has control.
I feel like finances and career are where I tend to make God small too. Lately, it's been more so in finances. I feel like I stress a lot about having to do the grind, make money, literally work myself into a ditch because that's the only way money's going to come our way, is by all of that happening, you know? And I stress about it. However, does God not tell us to trust Him with everything? And am I not making Him small by doubting what He can do financially? You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
With my career, I do that too. as well. I was doubting what I was going to do with the rest of my life because, I mean, before I got my coaching job offer, I wasn't super excited about the pathway my career was going. I was content with it, but like I wasn't really doing what you would call like my dream job. I was super grateful for the jobs that I had, and I had like a job offer that was supposed to start around the time that the coaching thing came in. But I was definitely kind of making God small in the fact that I was like, okay, I guess this is all that he has for me, and I'm going to try to find a way to be content with it. But I didn't realize that I could ask for more, and the second I asked for more, I was given more. You know, the whole ask, seek, knock part of Matthew. Sometimes we don't ask God because we doubt what he can do in our lives. And sometimes there's that one topic in your life, be it your career, your finances, your relationship status, your health, that you may feel scared to ask God about. Ask God to heal you, ask God to provide, because you're afraid of the answer being no, or you're afraid of no answer at all. And I think we can fall into a habit of making God small in what he can do and what he's capable of when we doubt and when we don't pray and when we don't talk to him. We kind of wrote down a few stories in the Bible that we wanted to just talk about briefly, about why we really shouldn't be making God small. I mean, like, if you just open the Bible, that you will read many, many stories about how big God is, and about how faithful he is, and about how when you ask, seek, and knock, the door will be open to you. I mean, just start with Lazarus. I think we talked about Lazarus a lot in the Chosen episode review, but nothing is quite as powerful as that scene where Jesus says, Lazarus, come out. Come out. And this man who has been dead for 4 days gets up and walks out. Are we making the God who raised a 4-day-old dead man from the dead so small that we believe he can't help us with our money, or with our job, or with our health, or with our relationships? Is that how small we're making God? What about Jesus feeding the 5,000?
Small little basket of bread and fish.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's enough for 5,000 people.
Uh-huh.
Because God can make that happen.
Because he can provide. What about Jesus walking on water? We are too often like Peter in that situation. When Jesus invites Peter out onto the water and he starts to stand, and then he starts to doubt, and he sinks. O ye of little faith, why did you doubt? Is that not what he says?
Especially because he had faith at the beginning and there was no issue and he started walking on water. If you just pause and look at that immediate moment, he stepped on water and was walking on it. His faith might have faltered a little bit, and that's why he started sinking. But in that brief moment, he was just walking on water, full faith, everything is okay.
And then he got scared.
It's when that doubt comes into mind, it's when those fears come into mind, and it's when you put your human logic and faith in other things other than God and what he's capable of doing.
God has been so faithful throughout the Bible, and these giant miracles and displays of his power, that it's kind of laughable when like we allow our faith to become so complicated to the fact that we doubt and that we fall like Peter in the water and sink, when faith really is simple. Believe he can. I think we should all strive to have that childlike faith of just believing that God can do anything, because he can do everything. And where we fall into trouble is when we start to doubt, oh, God wouldn't do that for me. Oh, that's not possible for him. Who are we to doubt what God can do? Do we think that we can doubt what God can do? Like, that's just so like, I laugh because like I think that sometimes too, and like it's so stupid. It really is. Like, there's no better word for it other than it's just stupid, because he is faithful. He has always been faithful, and he will always be faithful. And yeah, sometimes our prayers will be answered with a no, or answered with a not yet. But that doesn't take away from his faithfulness, because oftentimes that no is, I mean, every time that no from God is for our own good and for his own good, his own holy plan.
Every time you ask, he will give an answer. It just might not be the one you think you want to hear.
Mm-hmm. And if we have faith like Mary, faith like that woman who touched Jesus's robe and believed that she would be healed just by touching his robe. If we have faith like that, can you imagine what we could do with that faith, that level of faith?
And that is what we should all be striving to achieve. Impossible to do, but we all strive to be like Christ. It's not saying we will be like, but our goal is to be like.
I really like that song from Elevation Worship called More Than Able. I know we kind of haven't been doing Worship Wednesday lately. It's because of my Instagram issues. But that would be my Worship Wednesday song of the week. Be More Than Able by Elevation Worship.
That's a good one. Definitely listen.
My favorite line in that one is, "Who am I to deny what the Lord can do?" I think that's where I want to leave it, unless you have any other thoughts, Sam.
That sounds good to me.
Who am I to deny what the Lord can do? That is the word that we want to leave you with on this Tuesday. We hope you have a great rest of your week. Thank you for joining us on this shorter episode of Two Trees in a Pod. And we hope to see you next week here. Same spot, Spotify, Apple Music, or YouTube. And have a great rest of your week. Stay blessed.